Welcome to the Jamaica Customs Agency eProcurement and eBudgeting system. This enterprise-grade platform unifies procurement lifecycle management with comprehensive budget control, designed specifically for Government of Jamaica compliance requirements. The system provides unified procurement lifecycle management, from requisition all the way through to payment, fully integrated with budget preparation, commitment tracking, and fiscal governance. Notice the compliance badges highlighting our Government of Jamaica compliance, GOJEP integration, and workflow-driven approach. Let's explore the two integrated pillars that form the foundation of this system. First, we have procurement management, covering the complete requisition to payment lifecycle. This includes support for all four Government of Jamaica procurement methods: single source, limited tender, national competitive bidding, and international competitive bidding. The module handles tender preparation, bid evaluation, contract management, and direct integration with GOJEP and PEDMS. Second, we have budget management, ensuring fiscal planning and control. This includes CAF forecast and budget preparation aligned with Ministry of Finance requirements, cost center hierarchy management, commitment tracking to prevent overspending, environment processing for fund reallocation. Let's look at the powerful features that make this system enterprise-ready. The system includes a sophisticated workflow engine with over 13 workflow definitions that guide users through every step automatically. Threshold enforcement ensures GOJ procurement thresholds automatically determine the appropriate approval chains. Budget integration provides real-time commitment tracking to prevent overspending. Document generation automates the creation of RPGS, POCR, tender reports, and letters of award. The system integrates directly with GOJEP for tender publication and bid management. Role-based access control provides over 20 specialized roles with more than 200 granular permissions. The system supports comprehensive role-based access control designed for government procurement hierarchy. User roles are organized into 4 categories. Executive and approval roles include the Commissioner, Senior Director of Finance and Administration, and Director of Procurement. Procurement operations includes Senior Procurement Officers, Procurement Assigned Officers, JCA Requesters, and Designates. Budget and finance roles include the Director of Budgeting, Cost Center Managers, Cost Center Heads, and Budget Unit Proper Officers. Each role has precisely defined permissions ensuring proper governance and accountability. The system seamlessly integrates with Government of Jamaica systems for end-to-end compliance. Key integrations include GOJEP for tender publication and bid management, PEDMS for document submission on high-value procurements, Sage 300 for accounting and payment processing, and the Ministry of Finance budget system for annual budget submission. Now let's access the system. Security is paramount for government systems, so the platform leverages JCA's Microsoft Active Directory for single sign-on authentication. This ensures user access is managed centrally through the organization's existing security policies, including multi-factor authentication support. The system validates user credentials against the JCA Microsoft tenant and automatically assigns appropriate roles based on the user's organizational profile. Let's log in as the system administrator to explore the full system capabilities. The system administrator account provides high-level visibility across all modules, allowing us to demonstrate the complete breadth of functionality. Authenticating now. We are now logged in as the system administrator. Notice the role indicator showing our current user and permissions level. We are now on the administrator dashboard. This strategic view provides a comprehensive overview of user management and system health. The administrator dashboard displays key user management metrics. Total users shows the number of registered users in the system. Active sessions indicates how many users are currently logged in. New users tracks user registrations this month. Pending approvals highlights user accounts awaiting administrative review. These widgets update in real time as user activity occurs. The dashboard also includes user activity monitoring, system health indicators, role distribution analysis, and recent audit events. These widgets help administrators monitor system usage patterns, identify potential security issues, and ensure proper role assignments. The Quick Actions section provides one-click access to common administrative tasks like managing users, roles, and viewing audit logs. Now let's look at the My Tasks section, the heart of our workflow-driven approach. The system is fundamentally workflow-centric. Rather than requiring users to check in and remember what to do, it proactively pushes tasks to the appropriate users. Whether it's a procurement request requiring approval, a tender evaluation awaiting scoring, or a budget package needing review, the system identifies the next required action and assigns it to the relevant user or role. The task list shows exactly what needs to be done, with clear status indicators and direct links to the specific screens for execution. Let's explore the navigation structure to see all available modules. The sidebar provides organized access to every system capability, grouped by functional area. The procurement section contains 5 key modules. Procurement requests is where all procurements begin, capturing requirements and routing through approval chains. Tenders handles bidding document preparation and GOJEP integration. Evaluations supports structured bid assessment with scoring matrices and committee sign-off. Contracts tracks the post-award lifecycle including milestones and payments. And suppliers maintains the vetted vendor registry with performance history. Let's take a quick look at procurement requests. This module shows all procurement requests with status tracking, filtering, and direct access to request details. We'll explore this in depth very soon. The budget management section contains comprehensive fiscal management tools. Budget Overview provides the agency's fiscal position at a glance. Budget Preparation handles the annual budgeting cycle and MOF submissions. Budget Items allows granular financial tracking down to individual object codes. Cost Centers organize budget by department with manager assignments. Commitments tracks fund reservations to prevent overspending. Environments processes fund reallocation requests with proper approval chains. And Revenue tracks monthly inflows for cash flow management. Let's preview the Budget Overview. The Budget Overview displays approved allocations versus actual spending across all cost centers. We'll demonstrate the complete budget workflow in Act 3. The Reports section provides comprehensive analytics. Procurement reports track tender status, supplier performance, and contract summaries. Budget reports show utilization, commitment status, and variance analysis. All reports support PDF and Excel export with scheduling capabilities. Let's preview the Reports module. The Reports dashboard provides access to all report categories with filtering, export options, and scheduled report management. We'll demonstrate reporting capabilities in Act 4. Finally, the Administration section provides full platform control. User management controls access and Active Directory synchronization. Roles and permissions offers granular access control with over 200 individual permissions. Workflow definitions configure the 13 automated workflows. Document templates manage procurement document generation. And Audit Log provides complete forensic tracking of all system actions. Let's preview the User Management module. User Management shows all system users with their roles, departments, and Active Directory synchronization status. We'll explore these administrative capabilities in Act 4. This concludes our introduction to the JCA eProcurement and eBudgeting system. In the following acts, we will dive deep into each module, demonstrating real workflows with role-based operations. Let's begin with a detailed exploration of the procurement modules. Let's explore the core procurement modules, starting with procurement requests. This is the intake funnel where all procurement needs are captured, tracked, and processed through the appropriate approval chains. The request list provides a comprehensive view of all procurement activities across the organization. We can filter by status, procurement method, department, and date range. Notice the color-coded status indicators showing requests at various stages of the procurement lifecycle. Let's examine a request in detail to see the comprehensive information captured by the system. The Details tab shows the core information about this procurement request. We can see the request type, procurement method, target date, urgency level, and selection criteria. The financial year and location details help track where and when this procurement is needed. The Budget and Plan tab links this request to the budgeting module. It shows whether this item is on the annual procurement plan, the budgetary allocation type, and the budget amount. This integration ensures fiscal space is available before proceeding with procurement. The Items tab lists exactly what is being procured. Each line item includes description, quantity, unit of measure, estimated unit price, and detailed specifications. This granular breakdown ensures clear requirements for bidders and accurate cost estimation. The Evaluation tab defines how bids will be assessed. It specifies the evaluation method and criteria that will be used by the evaluation committee. This ensures transparent and consistent bid assessment aligned with procurement regulations. The Suppliers tab is used for single-source and limited tender methods. It lists the invited or selected suppliers with their TRN numbers and contact information. For competitive bidding, this section remains empty as suppliers respond to the public tender. Next is the Tenders module. Once a procurement request is approved, it converts to a tender for the bidding process. This module manages the generation and distribution of standard bidding documents, whether for single source, limited tender, or competitive bidding. The list shows all active tenders with their current status and key dates. Let's look at a tender in detail. The Overview tab displays key tender information. It shows the tender title, reference number, procurement method, and current status. Key dates including publication date, clarification deadline, and bid submission deadline are prominently displayed. The Documents tab contains the request for quotation or tender document. These documents are automatically generated based on the procurement method and can be downloaded for distribution. The Bidding tab manages all bid submissions. It lists all bidders who have submitted proposals with their submission timestamps. The system enforces the deadline strictly. Late bids are automatically flagged. The Clarifications tab manages bidder queries. All clarifications are automatically published to all registered bidders to maintain fairness and transparency. The Standstill tab manages the mandatory waiting period before contract award. This notification is published to GOJEP and sent to all participating bidders. Moving to Evaluations. This critical module supports the Bid Evaluation Committee in fairly and transparently assessing submitted proposals. Before we look at an ongoing evaluation, let's see how the criteria are defined. We'll go to the Manage Templates section. JCA uses standardized templates for different procurement types to ensure consistency. Let's open a standard goods evaluation template. First, the eligibility check. This section handles mandatory requirements like tax compliance certificates. Next, the qualifications section assesses the vendor's capability and past performance. The technical specifications section contains detailed line-by-line compliance checks. And finally, the scoring section where weighted criteria are defined for the final assessment. Now let's return to the active evaluations to see this in action. Let's examine an evaluation in detail. The Bidder Comparison tab provides a comprehensive side-by-side view. It shows the internal estimate, and for each bidder, their submitted cost and percentage variance. The Conclusion and Recommendation tab aggregates the final results. Here we see the final rankings based on the weighted scores. Scrolling down, we find the Recommended Bidder section with the committee's justification. And at the bottom, the sign-off table tracking approvals from all technical and procurement officers. Finally, the Final Report tab generates the official record. It begins with an executive summary of the decision, followed by the official final rankings and detailed scoring breakdown. Crucially, it includes the individual evaluator reports for full auditability. Let's view the detailed breakdown for one of the evaluators. We can drill down to see the exact scores and comments for each bidder. And concludes with the digital signatures of the entire committee. Then we have Contracts Management. After award, this module tracks the complete contract lifecycle from execution through completion. Let's walk through creating a new contract record. Step 1 captures the basic information. We categorize the contract and link it to the supplier. Note that the supplier details are automatically pulled from the central registry. At any point, we can save our progress as a draft. Let's proceed to the financial details. Step 2 covers the financials. We entered the total contract value and currency. Multi-currency contracts are supported to handle international suppliers. Step 3 establishes the timeline. The system calculates the duration and will automatically trigger alerts for renewals as the end date approaches. Step 4 assigns responsibility. We designate the specific division and person responsible for managing this contract's performance. Finally, we review all entered information for accuracy before submission. The contract is now created and active in the system. The Overview tab displays the essential contract information including contract number, supplier details, value, and effective dates. The Milestones tab tracks all deliverables and key dates with completion status and payment triggers. The Amendments tab maintains a complete history of all contract modifications with approval records. The Payments tab provides a complete financial record of all payments made under the contract. The Documents tab stores all contract-related files with version control. The Reviews tab captures supplier performance ratings that inform future procurement decisions. Finally, in the Procurement Suite, we have the Supplier Database. This registry maintains a vetted list of vendors who can participate in JCA procurements. The supplier list shows all registered vendors with their compliance status and performance history. TRN validation, tax registration number in format 000000000, is enforced for all suppliers. TCC compliance status is tracked and alerts are generated when certificates approach expiration. Each supplier row summarizes key identification, compliance, and activity indicators including supplier code, tax details, service category, contract count, and status. Let's examine a supplier profile. The Overview tab displays core supplier information including company name, TRN, registration details, and compliance indicators. The Contracts tab shows all active and historical contracts with this supplier. The Bids tab lists all tenders where this supplier has submitted proposals with win-loss history. The Performance tab aggregates all performance ratings from completed contracts, creating a data-driven supplier reputation system. Now let's walk through a complete end-to-end procurement workflow. demonstrating how different users interact with the system in their specific roles. We'll follow a single source procurement from initial request through to purchase order generation. Switching to Daniel Morgan, the IT manager in the Information Technology Division. As a JCA requester, Daniel can submit procurement requests for his department's needs. Daniel's dashboard shows a view tailored to his role as a requester. The dashboard displays his submitted requests, pending approvals, and budget utilization for his department. Let's navigate to the Procurement Requests section to create a new request. Now we'll click the New Request button to create a procurement request for office equipment needed at the Kingston Customs Office. Let's fill in the request details. First, the title describing what we're procuring, office equipment for Kingston Customs Office. Adding a detailed description of the procurement need. Selecting the procurement type as goods since we're procuring physical equipment. We select single source as the procurement method. Entering the estimated value of 1.2 million Jamaican dollars. The system will automatically recommend the appropriate procurement method based on GOJ thresholds. Now let's fill in the requester details section. Entering the requester's position, IT manager. Selecting the branch, corporate services. Selecting the section within the branch. Now let's complete the budget information section. Selecting the budget program from the hierarchy. Selecting the sub-program within Financial Management Services. Selecting the specific budget activity for this procurement. Entering the allocated budget amount. Confirming that budget is adequate for this procurement. Basic information is complete. Let's proceed to add items. Clicking Next to save the basic info and move to the Items step. Now we're on the Items step. Here we'll add the specific equipment being procured with quantities and prices. Let's add the first item, desktop computers. Entering the item description, Dell Optiplex 7010 desktop computers. Adding detailed specifications. We need 15 units for the office. Unit price is 45,000 Jamaican dollars per computer. Saving the first item. Now let's add the second item, multifunction printers. Entering HP LaserJet Pro multifunction printers. We need 3 printers for the office. Unit price is 85,000 Jamaican dollars per printer. Saving the second item. We now have 2 items totaling 930,000 Jamaican dollars. The items table shows the description, quantity, unit price, and total for each line item. Let's proceed to add the recommended supplier. Moving to the suppliers step. For single source procurement, we recommend one supplier who can fulfill this requirement. Let's add Caribbean Technology Solutions Limited as our recommended supplier. Searching for the registered supplier, Caribbean Technology Solutions Limited. Selecting the supplier from the registry. This automatically populates their details including TRN and contact information. Saving the supplier information. The supplier has been added. For single source procurement, only one supplier is allowed. Let's proceed to the review and submit step. This is the final review step. The system displays a summary of all entered information and validates that all required fields are complete. The submission checklist shows all requirements are met. Basic information is complete. Items have been added, and a supplier has been recommended. Let's review the request summary showing the procurement details. The item summary shows our two-line items totaling 930,000 Jamaican dollars. Everything looks correct. Let's submit the request for review. Clicking Submit for review. The request will now enter the workflow and be routed to the Budget Director for initial clearance. The procurement request has been successfully submitted. The system has automatically created a workflow instance and notified the Budget Director for review. Daniel will receive notifications as the request progresses through the approval chain. Switching to Carlton Edwards, the Budget and Planning Director. Carlton reviews the procurement request to ensure it aligns with the budget plan and confirms fiscal availability. Carlton's dashboard highlights pending budget clearances. The new request from Daniel Morgan appears in his task queue for budget verification. Additionally, he receives a notification about the new assignment. Let's check the notification. The notification confirms the new budget review task from Daniel Morgan. Let's navigate to the My Tasks section to review the full task details. Carlton opens the budget review task for the office equipment request. The task detail panel shows the request information. Carlton verifies the funding source, budgetary allocation type, and confirms the estimated value is within the remaining budget balance. Let's click to view the full request details. Carlton reviews the Budget and Plan tab to verify the budget allocation details. He also reviews the items to understand what is being procured. Satisfied with the review, Carlton returns to complete the task. Carlton grants budget clearance by clicking Complete and Continue. The request will now proceed to the Procurement Director. Budget clearance granted. The system has automatically notified the Procurement Director and updated the workflow status. Switching to Andrew Campbell, the Director of Procurement. Andrew reviews the budget cleared request and assigns it to a procurement officer for processing. Andrew's dashboard shows a comprehensive view tailored for the Director of Procurement. Key widgets include procurement requests pending review, active tenders, and assignment workload. The office equipment request from Daniel Morgan now appears in Andrew's task queue for Director review. Let's navigate to the My Tasks section. Let's open the Director review task. Andrew can see the request details including the budget clearance from Carlton. He verifies the request is complete and appropriate for processing. For single-source procurements under 3 million Jamaican dollars for goods, the system automatically recommends assignment to a procurement assigned officer based on current workload. The system recommends Kevin Blake, who currently has capacity. Andrew accepts this assignment. Andrew approves the request and confirms the officer assignment. The request is now assigned to Kevin Blake for RFQ document preparation. The system has automatically notified Kevin and updated the workflow status. Switching to Kevin Blake, a procurement officer. Kevin is responsible for preparing the request for quotation, RFQ, document and processing the supplier's response. Kevin's dashboard is focused on his assigned procurement tasks. The office equipment request is now in his task queue for RFQ preparation. Let's navigate to the My Tasks section. Kevin opens the Prepare RFQ, Tender Document task. Kevin navigates to the RFQ document tab. The system has auto-generated a request for quotation based on the procurement details. The RFQ document includes all the item specifications, quantities, delivery requirements, and terms and conditions. Kevin reviews it for accuracy before sending to the supplier. Kevin completes the RFQ preparation task. The document will be sent to Caribbean Technology Solutions Limited. After the supplier submits their quotation, Kevin receives the next task to process the response. Opening the Receive Supplier Response task. Kevin reviews the supplier's submitted quotation. Caribbean Technology Solutions Limited has provided pricing for all requested items. The quotation is within the estimated budget. Kevin completes this task, which will route the request for POCR preparation and budget commitment. Document preparation and supplier response processing complete. The workflow now moves to the budget unit for POCR review and fund commitment. The workflow continues seamlessly, driven by the system's task engine. Next, the director gives final approval, followed by the budget unit's POCR review and fund commitment. Finally, the system automatically generates the purchase order and contract. This task-driven approach ensures every step is assigned to the right person at the right time, maintaining full auditability and efficiency. Now let's explore the budget management modules. We'll see all budgeting capabilities from an administrative perspective. Switching to System Administrator, the Site Administrator, for a comprehensive view of all budgeting capabilities. The budget overview provides a high-level picture of the agency's fiscal position. We can see the approved budget versus actual commitments across all cost centers, helping leadership monitor spending against allocations. Key metrics include total approved budget, committed funds, available balance, and utilization percentage. Visual indicators highlight cost centers approaching or exceeding their allocation thresholds. The budget preparation module is used during the annual budgeting cycle. This is where the Director of Budgeting sets up the fiscal framework and cost centers submit their estimates. Budget preparation follows a structured workflow with distinct modes. Prepared mode is when cost centers are compiling their submissions. Director review mode is when the budget director consolidates submissions. Senior Director Review is for final internal approval. Locked mode prevents changes during Ministry of Finance submission. And MOF approved mode indicates the budget has been officially approved. The budget ceiling cap, established based on Ministry of Finance guidance, ensures that cost centers do not exceed their allocated limits. MOF submission status tracks the progress of budget submission to the Ministry of Finance, with a deadline of August 31th each year. The CAF Forecast module manages the Customs Administrative Fees Forecast, which establishes the overall budget ceiling based on Ministry of Finance guidance. This is the starting point for the annual budget cycle, setting the financial parameters within which all cost centers must operate. The CAF forecast list shows historical forecasts across fiscal years. Each forecast includes the description and total allocation amount. Let's examine a forecast entry in detail. Clicking on any entry opens the detailed view. The Entry Details section shows the forecast code, financial year, currency, and total forecast amount. This provides the key identifying information for the CAF entry. Monthly forecasts break down the annual allocation into monthly targets. The Director of Budgeting enters and manages these forecasts based on official MOF communications. The summary panel shows total forecasted amounts, actual collections, and variance analysis. This helps track budget performance against the ceiling set by MOF. Metadata tracks when the entry was created and last updated, providing a clear audit trail. The Budget Items module provides granular financial tracking. Every planned expense is coded to specific categories aligned with the Government of Jamaica Chart of Accounts. The items list shows all budget entries with their status, amount, and cost center allocation. Items flow through a structured approval workflow from draft through final approval. Let's examine a budget item in detail. Each item is classified within the cost center hierarchy. Program defines the high-level organizational function. Sub-program provides more specific categorization. Activity identifies the operational purpose. And object category uses standard codes from 21 for salaries through 32 for capital acquisition. Monthly estimates allow for cash flow planning throughout the fiscal year. The item status workflow tracks progression from draft through manager review, head review, director review, and final approval. Each transition is logged for audit purposes. The Budget Packages module provides an overview of all cost center budget submissions. Each cost center manager compiles their budget items into a package for review and approval. The Packages dashboard shows submission status across all cost centers. Packages progress through draft, submitted, under review, approved, and integrated statuses. Summary metrics show total packages submitted, pending review, and approved amounts. This helps the budget director track submission progress and identify cost centers that haven't yet submitted. The My Packages tab lists all packages created by your cost center. Let's view the details of a specific budget package. The Package Detail View provides all essential information, including approval status and audit history. It also lists all budget items contained within the package, allowing for individual item inspection. Cost centers organize the budget by department, aligning financial accountability with organizational structure. Each cost center represents a distinct organizational unit with its own budget allocation. Human Resource Management Division, Procurement Division, and other divisions each manage their own budget submissions. Let's examine a cost center in detail. The Overview tab displays essential cost center information. It shows the cost center name, code, description, and organizational hierarchy. The management team including the cost center manager, head, and any assigned designates are clearly identified. Budget Allocation Summary shows the total approved budget, current commitments, and available balance. The Designates tab manages delegation of budget entry responsibilities. Cost center managers can assign designates who assist with creating and editing budget items. All designate actions require manager approval, maintaining proper oversight while enabling team collaboration. The Chart of Accounts tab shows the hierarchical structure of budget classification. This includes programs, sub-programs, activities, and object categories aligned with Government of Jamaica standards. This structured taxonomy ensures consistent financial reporting across all government agencies. The Budget Items tab lists all budget entries for this cost center. It shows key details such as status, activity, and amount for each item. This view enables managers to review and monitor all planned expenditures within their department. The Commitments tab tracks all fund reservations linked to this cost center. It shows both preliminary commitments from approved procurement requests and final commitments from executed POCRs. Real-time commitment tracking helps managers understand their remaining fiscal space and avoid overspending. The Commitment Requests module tracks preliminary fund reservation requests. When a procurement request is approved, a preliminary commitment request is generated to reserve fiscal space. The list shows all pending commitment requests awaiting budget unit review. Each request is linked to a procurement request and specifies the amount to be reserved. Let's examine a commitment request in detail to see the full workflow. The Actions panel shows available workflow actions based on the request status. Commitment requests follow a workflow where the budget unit reviews fiscal space availability. The Budget Availability section shows the fiscal space for this budget item. If funds are available, the commitment is approved and fiscal space is locked. Request details show the amount requested, purpose, cost center, and linked budget item. The Requester section identifies who submitted the commitment request for review. The Commitments module tracks fund reservations, preventing overspending by locking funds for approved procurements. The commitment register shows all reserved funds across the organization. Commitments are classified as preliminary, created when a procurement request is approved, or final, created when the POCR is approved and funds are officially committed. Let's examine a commitment in detail. The Overview tab displays core commitment information. It shows the commitment reference number, type, preliminary or final, amount, and current status. The linked procurement request and budget item are clearly identified, providing full traceability. Creation date, approver, and approval date are recorded for audit purposes. The Register tab shows this commitment's entry in the official commitment register. The register maintains a sequential record of all fund reservations as required by government financial regulations. Each entry includes the budget line item, committed amount, balance, and transaction references. The History tab tracks the complete life cycle of this commitment. It shows when the commitment was created, any modifications, approval actions, and eventual liquidation when payment is processed. This audit trail ensures complete accountability for all fund reservations. The system automatically generates alerts when budget utilization reaches critical thresholds. Directors are notified at 50%, 75%, and 90% of budget capacity, enabling proactive management of fiscal space. The Virements module handles fund reallocation requests. When departments need to move funds between budget heads, the virement process ensures proper authorization following Ministry of Finance guidelines. The virement list shows all transfer requests with their status and approval progress. Each request specifies the source budget item, destination budget item, and transfer amount. Let's examine a virement request in detail. The Overview tab displays the fund transfer details. It shows the source budget item being decreased and the target budget item being increased, along with the transfer amount. Each side includes the budget item code, description, and detailed justification explaining why the reallocation is necessary. The request date, financial year, and requesting cost center are clearly identified for audit purposes. The Approval Chain tab shows the multi-level authorization workflow. Virement requests require 4 levels of approval to ensure proper fiscal oversight. First, the cost center head endorses the request, confirming the reallocation aligns with departmental priorities. Second, the Budget and Planning Director endorses, verifying the transfer complies with budget policies. Third, the Senior Director of Finance and Administration provides a recommendation based on overall fiscal impact. Finally, the Commissioner grants final approval, authorizing the fund transfer. Only after all approvals does the Director of Budgeting execute the actual budget reallocation. The History tab tracks the complete life cycle of this virement request. It shows when the request was created, each endorsement and approval action, and eventual execution when the budget transfer is completed. This audit trail ensures complete accountability for all fund reallocations, maintaining compliance with Ministry of Finance requirements. The system enforces strict sequential approval, preventing any step from being skipped or bypassed. The Revenue module tracks monthly inflows. For the Jamaica Customs Agency, this includes customs duties, fees, and other revenue sources. Monthly revenue inflows are recorded and compared against projections. The Management Accounting Director enters actual revenue figures, enabling variance analysis between projected and actual collections. Let's examine a revenue entry in detail. The Revenue Details section shows the revenue ID, description, source, and amount received. This provides complete tracking of each revenue inflow for audit purposes. Financial year information links the revenue to the appropriate fiscal period. The received date and allocation priority help with cash flow management and fund allocation. The Monthly Estimates module manages cash flow projections throughout the fiscal year. Cost center managers distribute their budget item amounts across the 12 months from April to March. The Monthly Estimates grid shows projected spending by month for each budget item. This enables treasury management and ensures funds are available when needed. Monthly totals help the budget director project cash requirements and manage liquidity. Variance analysis compares estimated versus actual monthly expenditures. Let's view the details of a specific monthly estimate to understand the breakdown. The Estimate Details section shows the specific month, linked budget item, and current status. It ensures that every monthly projection is tied to an approved budget line item. The Financial Summary tracks the estimated amount against the actual expenditure. This real-time variance analysis allows for immediate corrective action if spending deviates from the plan. The Strategic Initiatives module tracks priority-scored organizational projects and initiatives. These are major undertakings that align with JCA's strategic goals and require dedicated budget allocation. Each initiative is scored based on strategic alignment, impact, and feasibility. Higher scoring initiatives receive priority in budget allocation decisions. Let's examine the details of a specific initiative. The initiative details include clear objectives, expected outcomes, and timelines. This ensures that every funded project has well-defined goals and success metrics. Financial information tracks the estimated cost and links directly to the detailed budget items. The Programs module manages the hierarchical structure used for budget classification. This aligns with the Government of Jamaica Chart of Accounts standards. The hierarchy flows from program to sub-program to activity. Each level provides increasingly specific categorization of budget expenditures. Each program includes its code, name, description, and associated sub-programs. This standardized taxonomy ensures consistent financial reporting across all government agencies. Now let's walk through a complete budget item creation workflow, demonstrating how different users collaborate to create the budget items. Switching to Sarah Williams, the Cost Center designate. As the designate, she is responsible for preparing the budget items for her office for manager's approval. Sarah Williams's dashboard is tailored for budget preparation tasks. The dashboard shows the cost center's budget drafting status, pending items. Sarah Williams navigates to budget items to begin entering the department's needs. Let's add a new budget item for computer equipment. First, we select the program and subprogram within the cost center hierarchy. Then the activity and object category. Object category 32 is for capital acquisition, which includes computer equipment. A description is provided for the budget item. A justification is provided to support the request. The unit cost is entered for the budget item. The quantity is entered for the budget item. The budget item is saved. Sarah Williams can add additional items following the same process. Now Sarah Williams needs to submit the budget item for the cost center manager's review. Sarah Williams submits the budget item to the cost center manager. The budget item is now pending review by the cost center manager. Switching to Adrian Francis, the cost center manager, Kingston. Adrian reviews budget items submitted by the designate. Adrian Francis's dashboard is tailored for his role as cost center manager. The dashboard displays pending approvals and tracks the budget drafting progress for his cost center. We navigate to the Workflow Tasks page to review pending items. Let's review the pending budget item submitted by the designate. Now let's view the full request details to verify the budget allocation. Adrian Francis reviews the budget item details, including the justification and amount. He ensures the request is valid and aligns with the cost center's operational needs. Adrian Francis approves the budget item. Adrian Francis adds comments to the budget item. Adrian Francis confirms the approval. The budget item is approved. It is now ready to be included in the cost center's budget package for the head's review. Now let's explore the reporting and administration capabilities, including executive analytics, comprehensive reports, user management, and system configuration. Switching to System Administrator, the Site Administrator, to access the full administrative suite. The Executive Dashboard provides at-a-glance visibility into organizational performance. Key performance indicators track critical metrics. The Administrator Dashboard displays real-time statistics including total users, active sessions, and new user registrations. The main health monitoring section provides detailed insights into user activity trends, system health status, and active system alerts requiring attention. The Global Search feature allows distinct access to any procurement record. When you open Search, your recent items are shown for quick access. Or simply type keywords to find requests, tenders, or contracts. Results appear instantly, categorized by type. Clicking a result takes you directly to the detail view. Let's return to the dashboard. The Reports module provides comprehensive analytics and insights across all system modules. Reports are organized by category: procurement, budget, commitments, and contracts. Each category contains specialized reports with charts, filters, and export capabilities. Reports are organized into categories for easy access. Procurement reports include tender reports by status, value of procurement reports, and contract performance reports. Budget reports include budget summary, commitment status, and budget variance analysis. Audit reports track user activity and system changes. Let's look at procurement reports. The tender report by status shows all procurements organized by their current workflow state. We can filter by date range, procurement method, department, or officer. Budget reports provide financial visibility. The budget summary shows approved allocations versus actual spending. The commitment status report tracks reserved funds against available balance. Revenue inflow reports compare projected versus actual collections. All reports support multiple export formats. PDF export creates print-ready documents with JCA branding. Excel export provides raw data for further analysis and custom calculations. Reports can be scheduled for automatic generation and email distribution. Let's view a procurement report to see the detailed data and visualizations. The report detail view shows formatted data with interactive charts, filterable tables, and summary statistics. Reports can be exported to PDF or Excel, and filters can be applied to drill down into specific data segments. The document repository provides a centralized archive of all system-generated files. This module allows administrators and auditors to browse, filter, and retrieve any document generated by the system. The detailed filter panel allows us to narrow down the search by status, date, or entity. Documents are also available for download in secure PDF format, allowing for easy offline access and distribution. Editable Word formats are also available where modification is permitted. The repository is organized by category. Let's view the tender documents. Evaluation reports are also automatically filed and easily accessible. All other document categories are readily available in the main navigation menu, ensuring comprehensive record access. Now let's look at the administration section, starting with user management. The user list shows all system users with their roles, departments, and status. Users are synchronized with JCA's Microsoft Active Directory, ensuring consistent access management across the organization. Let's examine a user profile. The user profile shows personal details synced from Active Directory, including name, email, job title, and department. Role assignments determine what actions the user can perform in the system. Multiple roles can be assigned to a single user when needed. The Role Assignment panel shows currently assigned roles and allows administrators to add or remove role assignments. Changes take effect immediately upon save. New users can be created by selecting from the Active Directory or manually entering details. The AD Sync option imports user information automatically and keeps it updated with organizational changes. The user creation form allows selecting an AD account, assigning initial roles, and setting the department affiliation. Email notifications are sent automatically to new users with login instructions. The Roles and Permissions module provides granular access control. The system includes over 20 predefined roles aligned with JCA's organizational structure. Each role represents a specific job function with appropriate access levels. Roles range from administrative access like Site Administrator to operational roles like Procurement Officer. Let's examine a role's permission structure. The permission matrix shows over 200 granular permissions organized by module. Permissions control specific actions like create request, approve tender, view budget, or modify configuration. The checkbox interface allows precise control over what each role can do. Role hierarchy is visualized to show the relationship between roles. Higher roles inherit certain base permissions while adding additional capabilities specific to their function. Next, we'll explore the Workflow Management module, which provides complete visibility into all system processes. The workflow menu gives access to active instances, process definitions, and detailed execution logs. Let's start by looking at workflow instances. The Instances view shows all running and completed workflows across the organization. We can track the status, current stage, and duration of every procurement process in real time. Let's examine a specific instance to see the granular details. The Details dashboard provides an immediate health check. Here we can see the current status, the overall progress completion, and explicitly what the next step is in the process. The activity timeline is the core of our tracking. It visualizes the entire process flow, showing exactly who performed what action and when. We can scroll through the entire history to audit every step from initiation to the current state. The detailed list shows the status of every completed and pending task. Similarly, we have dedicated tabs for data, errors, and detailed analytics to review all process aspects. Now let's examine the underlying workflow definitions. These definitions orchestrate the business logic, approval chains, and automated actions for each process type. Selecting a definition reveals its configuration. The information panel on the left contains the metadata, versioning, and entity associations for this workflow. The main view lists every step in the process. We can review the full sequence of operations. Each step is fully configurable. We can select any step to view its properties. Clicking Configure opens the detailed step panel. Here we can review the step's logic, including all incoming and outgoing transitions that determine the process flow. To make changes, we enter the configuration mode. This allows us to modify timeouts, validation rules, and escalation paths. We can then save or cancel our changes. Let's cancel for now. And close the panel to return to the overview. For complex processes, a visual graph view is also available. Let's switch to the graph view to see the visual orchestration. Finally, the execution logs provide a comprehensive audit trail of every engine operation. We can also toggle to the Analytics view to aggregate performance metrics for system health monitoring. The configuration module allows administrators to customize system behavior without code changes. In the general settings, we have granular controls for audits, authentication, and budgetary limits. Administrators can toggle strict audit logging, configure security policies, and manage global system parameters. We can define the organization's financial years. This ensures all procurement activities are correctly mapped to the active fiscal period for reporting and auditing. We can also manage procurement methods. Here we define the allowed purchasing methods, such as competitive bidding or direct contracting, and their specific rules. Similarly, we have extensive configurations for approval thresholds, committees, locations, and notifications, providing a fully adaptable platform. Document generation is handled through a powerful template engine. Instead of hard-coded layouts, you can upload standard Microsoft Word documents with placeholders. Let's manage the system templates. Here we see the library of approved document formats for RFQs, contracts, award letters, and memos. We can open any template to modify its configuration. Let's look at the standard RFQ for goods. The Details tab captures the template's metadata, categorization, and versioning information. This ensures the right template is automatically selected for the specific procurement type. The Content tab allows you to upload the actual docx file. The system automatically scans the file to detect placeholder tags used for dynamic data injection. In the Variables section, you can map system data to these placeholders. You can define data types, set required fields, and provide descriptions to guide the system on how to populate the document. Complex data like tables of items, supplier lists, or evaluation criteria can be dynamically looped and formatted within the Word document itself. This flexibility allows the JCA to update legal wording or branding in minutes without needing code changes. Finally, the audit trail provides complete forensic logging of all system activity. This is critical for government compliance and accountability. Every action in the system is logged with timestamp, user, action type, and affected entities. Login events, data changes, approvals, document generation, and configuration modifications are all captured. Powerful filters allow searching by date range, user, action type, or affected module. This helps auditors quickly locate specific activities during reviews. Clicking an entry shows full details including the complete before and after state for data changes. IP address, session information, and browser details are captured for security investigations. Audit logs can be exported for external analysis or archive purposes. Retention policies ensure logs are maintained according to government record-keeping requirements. This concludes our exploration of the reporting and administration modules. These capabilities ensure the system remains secure, compliant, and adaptable to organizational needs. In the final section, we'll summarize the key integrations and benefits of the JCA eProcurement and eBudgeting system. Let's take a moment to recap what we've covered in this comprehensive demonstration of the JCA eProcurement and eBudgeting system. In Act 1, we introduced the system architecture, demonstrated secure Microsoft SSO authentication, and explored the role-based dashboard with workflow-driven task management. In Act 2, we explored the complete procurement module including request intake, tender management, bid evaluation with scoring matrices, contract lifecycle tracking, and supplier management. We also demonstrated a full end-to-end single-source procurement workflow. In Act 3, we covered the budget management module including CAF forecast, budget preparation workflows, cost center hierarchy, commitment tracking, and environment processing. We demonstrated the complete budget preparation cycle from initialization through MOF submission. In Act 4, we explored reporting and administration capabilities including executive analytics, comprehensive report generation, user management with AD integration, granular role-based permissions, and complete audit trail logging. Now let's highlight the critical external integrations that make this system truly enterprise-ready for Government of Jamaica operations. First, the GOJEP integration. The Government of Jamaica eProcurement portal is the official platform for tender publication. Our system directly uploads tender documents, manages bid submissions, and publishes standstill notifications. This ensures all JCA procurements are publicly accessible as required by law. Second, PEDMS integration. The Procurement Endorsement Database Management System is required for high-value procurements exceeding $30 million and all international competitive bidding. Our system prepares and submits documentation packages directly to PEDMS for Sector Committee and Procurement Policy Committee reviews. Third, Sage 300 accounting integration. Budget data flows to Sage for financial reporting. Commitment tracking ensures the accounting system reflects actual obligations. Payment processing integrates with existing financial workflows. Fourth, Ministry of Finance budget system integration. Annual budget submissions are formatted and transmitted electronically. This eliminates manual data entry and ensures consistent reporting formats. Budget approval status is tracked from submission through final approval. Together, these integrations create a seamless data flow from budget planning through procurement execution to financial reporting. No more duplicate data entry. No more manual reconciliation. Complete visibility across all systems. Let's summarize the key benefits the JCA eProcurement and eBudgeting system delivers. Workflow-driven automation. The system doesn't wait for users to check in. It actively guides each participant through their responsibilities. Tasks are automatically assigned, notifications are sent, and deadlines are monitored. This dramatically reduces processing time and ensures nothing falls through the cracks. Compliance enforcement. Government of Jamaica procurement thresholds and approval requirements are built into the system. The correct approval chain is automatically determined based on procurement value and method. Committee signature requirements, standstill periods, and publication rules are all enforced. Budget control. Real-time commitment tracking prevents overspending. Fund availability is verified before procurement begins. Budget utilization alerts keep management informed of spending patterns. Transparency and audit trail. Every action is logged with timestamp, user, and full details. Complete procurement history is maintained from request through payment. Auditors can trace any transaction through its entire lifecycle. Time and cost savings. Automated document generation eliminates manual preparation. Electronic workflows remove paper-based delays. Centralized vendor management reduces redundant effort. Real-time reporting eliminates month-end compilation work. The JCA eProcurement and eBudgeting system represents a comprehensive solution for modern government procurement and financial management. Built on enterprise-grade technology, designed for Government of Jamaica compliance, and focused on user experience, this platform is ready to transform how the Jamaica Customs Agency manages its procurement and budget operations. Thank you for watching this comprehensive demonstration. We look forward to partnering with the Jamaica Customs Agency to implement this transformative solution.